All right, welcome to The Explainer. I want you to picture something. Imagine a world where firefighting is totally automated. Swarms of AI-powered drones putting out fires before they even have a chance to grow. Now, imagine that entire system being turned against us. Today, we're jumping into a story about exactly that, about firefighting drones, a really dangerous hack, and a solution so unusual it forces an AI to listen to the most human signal there is: pure, unfiltered panic. So, right at the heart of this whole thing, we've got Tessa Ward. She's a veteran ranger, she's seen it all, and she is not easily impressed. For her, this new fleet of AI drones isn't some miracle cure. It's just more tech, fragile, and in her words, just fancy duct tape. And that quote, it just perfectly nails that deep-seated skepticism that so many people on the front lines have, right? That feeling of trusting your gut over a gigabyte. And that's really the big question here, isn't it? We rely on all this tech, but what happens when it breaks? Or worse, when it's broken on purpose? Well, this story is going to show us exactly what happens when that sophisticated, life-saving duct tape gets ripped apart, pushing both people and machines to their absolute limits. Okay, so to really get how this all went so sideways, we first need to understand the tech we're talking about. And look, this isn't just a couple of drones flying around. Oh no, this is a complete, interconnected ecosystem designed to fight fires from way up in the sky. Yeah, the official name is Warden OS, but you know how it is. The crews on the ground, they've got their own name for it, the Drone Warden. And the whole idea behind it was pretty incredible, to create the ultimate first responder, an automated, super efficient network that could spot a fire, send drones, and snuff it out before a single human life was ever put on the line. And listen, when this thing works the way it's supposed to, it's honestly like watching a symphony. A sensor picks up a fire. Bam! The AI instantly calculates the threat and sends out the perfect team of drones. It automatically changes the road signs to get people out safely, and the fire gets contained. It's this seamless, perfect dance of technology. But what happens when someone cuts the strings? But here's the thing about any system built by people. It's never perfect. And hidden deep inside all that complex code was a major flaw. And the worst part? People knew about it. They just chose to look the other way. And get this wasn't some super secret brand new hack that nobody could see coming. Nope, it was a known security hole in the system's control layer. In fact, the guy who originally designed the system, a programmer named Noah Park, he literally warned his old company about this exact problem before he left. So you see, this is the key. This disaster wasn't just some freak accident. It was built piece by piece by a series of bad decisions. Noah's warning? Totally ignored. The security team? Gutted, because of budget cuts. And that one critical patch that could have fixed the whole mess? Yeah, they stamped it, deferred to next cycle. Kicked that can right down the road. And this slide just lays it out so clearly, that massive, dangerous gap between the corporate boardroom and the real world. You know, for the execs, security is a phase 2 problem. But for the people on the ground, what that really meant was living with a ticking time bomb, a known, growing vulnerability in a system that literally held thousands of lives in its hands. Well, you know how that goes. That problem for another day finally showed up. And it showed up with a vengeance. An arsonist finds that exact vulnerability and turns the county's greatest protector into its most dangerous weapon. Now, this hack is it's really clever in a terrible way. The arsonist doesn't just shut the system down. That'd be too simple. Instead, they feed it lies. They just flood the AI with tons of fake data. Phantom fires, fake 911 calls that sound totally real. And now the Warden OS is stuck, trying to figure out what's real and what's a lie. And the result? It is just absolute, total chaos. Drones are off chasing ghosts, while a real fire is raging out of control. The system is sending out fake evacuation alerts, leading people towards the danger, not away from it. And the 911 dispatch center, it's just completely buried under contradictory reports. And this quote from Marisol, the dispatcher, man, it just hits you right in the gut. It shows you the real human cost of all this. I mean, can you imagine being her? Stuck in the middle, with a machine you're supposed to trust, feeding you deadly lies, and real, terrified people crying for help on the phone. So the system is compromised. It can't tell truth from lies. Noah and the team, they realize they can't just code their way out of this one. They need something else, a new kind of data, something so real, so fundamentally human that a machine can't fake it. And this is where Noah has this wild, brilliant idea. He calls it honest fear. See, he figures that real panic, real human fear, it's messy. It's not clean. It's got stuff like coughing, static from the radio, sirens in the background, all the little imperfections that an attacker would probably clean up to make their fake data sound perfect. And that very imperfection, that could be the key. And this comparison here is just fascinating. On one side, you've got the fake fear from the hacker. It's too perfect, right? The audio is crystal clear, the speech patterns are flawless. But then you have the real stuff, the honest fear. It's a total mess. You've got audio static, shaky video from a body cam, a heart rate monitor going crazy, but it's all corroborated. It's real. So here's the plan. It's a total long shot, but it's brilliant. They're going to capture all that live, raw human panic from 911 calls and from Tessa, who agrees to wear a body cam out in the field. Then they're going to manually label all that messy, chaotic stuff as ground truth. They're basically trying to retrain the AI right in the middle of a crisis to trust the noisy, imperfect human signal over the clean, perfect lie. And what's just incredible is it starts to work. This isn't just about the AI following new commands anymore. It's actually being forced to learn, to evolve its whole understanding of reality right there in the heat of the moment. And you can literally see it happen step by step. A raw, panicked scream from Tessa's radio gets fed into the system, and they tag it real. And boom, you can almost see the AI's models start to shift. It begins throwing out all that too clean fake data. All of a sudden, the entire drone fleet just changes course, abandoning the phantom fires and rerouting to the real fire threatening the town of Pine Ridge. The perimeter is secured. So in the end, they win. But it's a totally new kind of victory, right? They didn't beat the hack with a better piece of code. They beat it by flooding the system with raw humanity. And once the AI's priorities were straight, it coordinated a flawless defense, and the town was saved. It's a victory they achieved by teaching technology to actually listen to us. And that brings us right back full circle to Tessa. Remember her? The one who called the drones metal mosquitoes? Well, here she is, offering her grudging respect. It's not worship. It's not love. It's an acknowledgement of a new, more realistic partnership between a human's instinct and a machine's logic. And that's what this whole story really leaves us with, right? This huge question. As we're all racing to build these perfect, clean, logical AI systems, are we accidentally filtering out the very data that makes us human? It makes you wonder, what is the real value of a human scream? Turns out, it might just be the price of trust.